Hey guys, it's APK here with a review of the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer for Xbox One. In this video, I'll primarily be focusing on these 7 categories: the mechanics, sandbox, maps, game modes, features, audio visuals, and performance. Many gamers in the past few years have given the Call of Duty franchise flack for pushing yearly titles that seem to be rehashes of the same game. However, when a franchise like Call of Duty has such solid mechanics at its core, it's hard to blame the developers for staying true to what works. Movement and aiming mechanics are where Call of Duty has always shined. At no point while playing do you feel like you are not in complete control of your character's movement and aiming, and Ghost is ultimately no different, despite a few changes. Infinity Ward swapped out the fan favorite Dolphin Dive from Treyarch's Black Ops titles for a momentum based slide mechanic, while also adding in a contextual lean mechanic. These are merely small changes that in the large picture don't tamper too much with the Call of Duty multiplayer formula, but they do give something new to consider and utilize, which is a small but appreciable breath of fresh air. One area in the mechanics department that Ghost has taken a step back is with knifing. Black Ops 2, through many measures, successfully reduced the frequency of knifing. In Ghost, however, it's as effective as it was in Modern Warfare 2 and makes panic knifing far more prevalent than it ever should be, and has made a noticeable fraction of close quarter engagements to be very frustrating. The sandbox in Ghost is an intriguing mixture of both new and old ideas. In the weapons department, a new class, the Marksman Rifles, was formed to provide a happy medium between the utility of assault rifles and the precision and range of sniper rifles. However, the most interesting change to the weapon sandbox is the integrated attachments on particular weapons, which makes selecting a primary weapon far more interesting than it has been in previous Call of Duty titles. The abuse of explosives, pistols, shotguns, and snipers is something the Call of Duty franchise has effectively counteracted in the past few titles, and Ghost has continued that trend. However, just like with any Call of Duty title, there are still some glaring weapon balance issues. For the umpteenth time, the go-to burst fire assault rifle of the title, this time in the form of the MSBS, is overpowered and consequently far too prevalent. An assault rifle that shoots in 3-round bursts, kills in 2 bullets, and has a kill time of 0.016 seconds is just ridiculous. It also doesn't help that the burst fire attachment on any assault rifle makes it a 2-bullet kill, and essentially an alternate version of the MSBS. Additionally, the IED explosive offers the power of the COD 4 Claymore, but is much harder to see, has a circular blast radius, and a relatively short fuse time, making it the other painfully overpowered weapon at everyone's disposal. In the creative class department, Infinity Ward chose to adopt a similar system to Treyarch's Pick-10 system from Black Ops 2, which is a welcomed return. Their slight revision was to assign perks a point value between 1 and 3 dependent on the strength of the perk, and this allowed Infinity Ward to bypass the notion that all perks are equal and allowed them to simply use assigned point values to counteract any balancing issues. The end result is the freedom to use more diverse classes. The killstreak packages from Modern Warfare 3 have returned, but the individual killstreak options in the assault and support packages are nowhere near as interesting, useful, or rewarding, and what results is a double-edged sword. On one hand, some players might not find public matches as fun as they used to, but on the other hand, there is more focus on gunfights, which is what I like to see. The map pool in Ghost provides a lot of variety. Most of the maps are classic, prototypical Call of Duty maps like Warhawk and Strike Zone, while a few are more ambitious designs like Stonehaven and Chasm. Interestingly enough, the former are the standout maps, while the latter are the only maps I dislike. A few maps do suffer from far too expansive outskirts and make getting back into the action off of a spawn far too long of a process, but overall this is a rather minuscule problem with a rather solid map pool. Black Ops 2 featured the best variety of game modes any Call of Duty title has ever seen. Ghost, however, cut most of the interesting game modes and added in some of their own. The absence of Capture the Flag, Hardpoint, Headquarters, Demolition, and Party games is nothing but mind-boggling. Nevertheless, those absences don't make Infinity Ward's new game modes anything less than spectacular. Cranked is a variant of the classic team deathmatch model that, here comes the pun, cranks the pace to ridiculously fun levels. Cranked games also tend to end rather quickly and offer lots of score, which is a nice countermeasure to the dreadful grind prestiging can be. Search and Rescue combines the popular Kill Confirmed with the classic Search and Destroy to create a game mode that feels fresh as opposed to feeling tacky. Blitz is my personal favorite amongst the new game modes, as it emphasizes movement and positioning and allows players to bypass gun skill, creating another refreshing experience. The new modes as a collective are fantastic, and if the absent game modes from Black Ops 2 were present, it would have been very difficult to find something unfavorable to say about Ghost game modes. The theme of absence is one that will continue in the features category. League play, theater, game recording, LAN lobbies, and emblem creation are just some of the dearly missed features that Black Ops 2 graced us with. The addition of squads, clan matches, and character customization are nowhere near to being fair replacements. In fact, the general disappointment with the features and lack thereof is pretty straightforward, and there isn't much more to say. The visuals in Ghost are certainly nothing to write home about. The art direction is rather bland, especially in comparison to Black Ops 2's vibrant color schemes and contrast. Some textures are just laughable, and reused assets across different maps really breaks immersion. The UI, to put it as blunt as possible, looks cheap, and the associated sound effects sound like they came straight from a second-rate indie game. The one redeeming visual element is the double rendering when zoomed in on certain scopes, which is a really cool effect and one that I personally haven't seen before. As for the audio, the guns and explosives are just laughable, and like with previous Infinity Ward titles, they seem to have the same quality and punch of Call of Duty 4's. Audio has certainly been one of Infinity Ward's biggest weaknesses, if not its biggest, and I truly hope they get serious with their next title. 60 frames per second continued to be the primary focus with performance, and Ghost delivers other than some slight frame drops on Stonehaven. Lag compensation in this game seems a bit much, but at the same time I've yet to experience network lag in any appreciable amount on Ghost, which is pretty damn awesome. I've experienced no bugs or crashes on the Xbox One version of Call of Duty Ghosts, and even when there's 18 players in a game, Ghost performance is rock solid. All in all, Ghost has outstanding performance, excels with mechanics and maps, squeaks by with its sandbox, is par for the course with game modes, and suffers with the features and audio visuals. Overall, I give the Call of Duty Ghost multiplayer for Xbox One a 6 out of 10. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this review. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know why in the comments section below. Alright guys, this is APK, signing out.